Sabouts, and Rogueliker.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress Succession Fort. This is episode 25. My name is Sabouts, and I have the fort in my control for the next 2 episodes. So I want to start off by apologizing. I know it's been a little bit since the last Dwarf Fortress video. Sometimes it's difficult when you do a series such as the way me and Rogueliker are doing it, and I had some personal things in my life come up that kind of made it difficult for me to sit down and get back into Dwarf Fortress. I had some family issues, which I've talked about in some of my other videos. But here we are, so no reason to dwell over it. We're back in Dwarf Fortress, and we're going to go ahead and continue with the fort so that we can get it to Rogueliker so he can do his 2 videos. That is the plan. So taking a look at the dwarves in our fortress, I've kind of already scanned this list a little bit. I see that I'm still alive, so that makes me happy. But, yeah, we've got our challenge. So our challenge is to seal useless tunnels. And let me make sure that there's nothing else here. Stop FPS death. Fair enough. So, basically what's happening is Dwarf Fortress is known for something called FPS death, which essentially means, and I've talked about it before, but I'll bring it up again, which essentially means that the dwarves walking around, the computer, your processor, has to basically pathfind for everything in the game. So every dwarf, every animal, every enemy that enters onto the map, your computer's got to process that pathfinding. As you dig more tunnels, such as the ones we have in the mines, it makes the computer's pathfinding algorithm get a lot more dicey. And so the best way to usually combat that is to go through and close off any areas that are open that might mess around with the pathfinding algorithm. So that is my challenge for these next couple episodes, is to deal with that, as well as deal with the other things I was working on last time we left off. I'm going to go ahead and immediately I'm going to throw a door on here because I know that that's going to help with the pathfinding, because what I can do is I can go and lock that door once I know there's no dwarfs down here. I'll go ahead and lock that door, and then the dwarves will not be able to come to the caves unless I let them, therefore allowing the computer to not have to pathfind all of this open cave territory. And for the pathfinding, by the way, and I don't think I said it, but the pathfinding is to essentially help the dwarves find the quickest route to places. But the computer can't just be like, oh, you know, this path is quicker to get to from point A to point B. It doesn't work like that. The computer basically has to like generate a walking path from point A to point B. And if there's 8 ways to get there, it's got to generate like every single way, and then it's got to pick the shortest one, and that's the route that the dwarf takes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to close off a lot of these tunnels. So coming up, you can already see that all of these tunnels are closed off, which is good. So all we have is the graveyard area. That's what these walls are here, just closing off all of these little areas. What do we have here? A pile of vomit. Who the heck is puking everywhere? Somebody's puking. Some blood. Something got in here at some point. Giant cave toad. Okay. Well, he's long dead. Let's go ahead and definitely build some walls to close off some more areas. And that doesn't matter. We could just use Gabbro's fine. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and build a complete wall across this area. I think. That might seem a little eccentric, but I'm going to do it just to, you know, honestly, actually, I should probably just build a wall around. Yeah. You know what? I kind of changed my mind how I did that. I think I want to do it differently. Here's what I'm going to do. Since I'm going to just do that anyways, I'm going to build a wall just right around this whole thing. And now, oh, one more. There we go. And we're going to keep using Gabbro if we have it. There it is. Okay, I gotta let them kind of finish that one. If I put all of them up, there's a potential that a dwarf might get locked outside and starve or something. So I want to make sure that I leave it alone. If you hear me drinking a nice beverage, that is because I'm enjoying some hot cocoa right now. I do love, or hot chocolate, if you want to call it hot chocolate. I do enjoy hot chocolate very much. I try not to drink it too much because it's not all that great for you calorie-wise. But it is the cold months up where I live, and it is very, very cold outside. And so it always makes me want to enjoy hot chocolate for whatever reason. You know what this reminds me, looking at these stairwells here, I should have been constructing statues for those. If I wasn't, and it doesn't look like I was, then I meant to at some point. Oh, we can take a look. We can take a look and see what we have. It's the kitchen, stone stocks. So, statues. Statues. I see statues. We have none. Okay, we want really good statues. We want the best statues we can get, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to place these statues in all of these empty spaces on the stairwells. When our dwarves go up and down the stairs, they will see the very nice statues. They will get a positive bonus for looking at them. It'll make them happy. It's a nice tool for getting happy dwarves. We could make metal statues. I believe they would be a little bit nicer, but that would implore that we need a good metalsmith, and I think that I have much better stone crafters than I do metalsmith. Who is a good stone crafter? Do I not have anybody yet up to like legendary status? That's what it is, right? Legendary. Do I have anybody with any legendary skills? The fort doesn't feel that young. Here's a mason. Okay. Usually the miners are up there, but none of these guys actually are. But here's a carpenter who's pretty good. Okay, how am I looking for? I guess it would be metal crafter that makes the... I don't even know if I have this. I don't even have hardly enough people doing metal crafting to begin with. What's this guy doing? He should be doing these skills, but I can't seem to get him to do anything. Why is that? Who is he? What's he doing? Huh, why can I not assign this guy anything? Oh, he's in the military. Yes, he's in the military. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave him be, but that means I still do need more people who can do... Well, 1, 2, I guess I've got enough. But I will say we have a better chance of a stone crafter making. So actually lore here. Let's go ahead and give this person a different nickname. Let's call him Stone Man. And then I kind of know who I'm going to have building statues. And he's a Boyer. Let's get rid of that. Do I have anybody else doing that work? 1, 2. I've got 2 people doing that work. Let's go ahead and get some extras doing it. You're not doing anything. Who are you? You're 13 years old. You must have been a child at one point and just grew up. Well, yeah, we can have you do some crossbow making. And why don't we have you be, let's see, how many engravers? We got a good amount of engravers. We got plenty of medical dwarfs. Farmers, not as so much. You could do some farming. You could do some tanning, some leather working, some bone carving. There you go. Just some random odds and ends. Yes, back up to Stone Man. Where you at? Where you at, Stone Man? You're also an architect. We will keep that there. We will keep you doing architect work, but I also want you doing macing and engraving. You are Stone Man after all, so all right. So we are going to make it out of stone. We know this now. So where is the carpenter's workshop? You're not supposed to be a carpenter's workshop, but you are. This is a stone stockpile next to a car. That's right. I forgot I messed that up. I do remember messing that up. Go ahead and take that down. Where is my carpenter workshop? Okay, I've got one here. Yes, I do not want this to be a carpenter workshop. Or I keep it a carpenter workshop and I make this wood instead of stone. That would make more sense. Since I don't have a carpenter workshop there or a stone workshop there because it didn't fit properly. Or hold on a second. Do I have a mason though? This must be mechanics. This is a leather work. Craft dwarf. Okay, that's a craft dwarf. It's a claw. Where is my mason workshop? Okay, we do have a mason. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Just go ahead and remove that, and then just this stockpile can be nothing for now, and I'll make it something later. But this mason's workshop, we need some stones, and okay, I want to let a particular person work on it. So let's do statues on repeat for a while. And let's see, 46 permitted workers. We're going to go ahead and I can permit all, but I can't. Okay, there we go. So we want Stone Man. Oh, boy. Stone Man, where you at? This could be kind of tricky. Especially because oh, there he is. Okay, so Stone Man's going to construct us some statues, and he should, we'll come back and check on that later. He should get on it pretty quickly. Things seem to be going well down here. I see that we had some issues with removing this because it's set to dump. Okay, I guess it was forbid. Now we claimed it. Okay, somebody should pick that up so we can build that wall, which is suspended. And we want to get somebody doing that now. But while that's happening, we'll go ahead and set up the next wall. Oops. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, get me, here it is, Gabbro. Okay. How's the rest of the levels, by the way? Okay, this one looks like it's still kind of being mined out. So I'm not going to make a big deal out of this area. In fact, just to keep everybody working, I'm going to go ahead and get all of this stone dumped. This is going to keep everybody very, very busy. But it'll ensure that we have plenty of stone for future endeavors. Oh, I see some people there using wheelbarrows. That's good. Can we get some more wheelbarrows crafted? Do we have more wheelbarrows? Ah, it looks like we have a bunch. Wait, are these wheelbarrows or mining carts? No, these are wheelbarrows. We got plenty of wheelbarrows. Okay, everybody should be hauling right now. There should be nobody inside here. There's a few dwarfs, but I think those are dwarfs that are like military dwarves and such. Which, by the way, I see the training's going well, although the training room is a little packed. But that's fine for now. how the statue's coming along. Okay, he hasn't gotten to it yet. I trust that he will. He's probably just in the middle of hauling something, and normally they'll finish the task they have before they start a new one. But our other carpenter shop was taken down. What other workshops could we put? Ooh. If I even remember. We could. Well, no. Ah, the metalsmith. I want to have like a forging area, like a whole area dedicated to forging. So I'm a little hesitant to set it up in here. I don't know where I'm going to put the forging area yet. I haven't decided. I just know that I want one. Do we have a leatherworks? We do. So what don't we have? A bowyer's workshop. I guess we do not have a bowyer's workshop, and it looks like we could put one right here. Chalk is fine. So let's go ahead and build one, and then, you know what I find odd? Why is none of this stone being moved? I only find it odd because I have a stone, what is a stone stockpile right here. But when you look, people aren't hauling the stone around to the stone stockpiles, or they are hauling them, maybe. They probably are. I got a metalsmith forge, a mechanics workshop, and a smelter. There's a mechanics workshop here, so this can be removed. This is a weapons stockpile. I believe that this is armor and weapons now. Weapon trap armor it is. So that stockpile can be removed. I'm kind of going through and getting rid of things also that don't need to be here anymore. That's kind of the plan. Just cleaning up the fort. Ammo stockpile can stay for now. Cloth stockpile can probably go. This is a cloth stockpile here, so yes, that can in fact go. Okay. People should be moving that stuff around too. But yeah, I've got all of the dwarves super busy, which is really good. Ah, here we go. Right? Is that him making it? No. For a second I thought it was. It's just somebody grabbing stuff for smelting. Ammo stockpile I'm only keeping there because I don't know if I have any other ammo stockpiles. But I guess if the range is up here, I'd like to move the range, but I don't think I'll get to it this particular episode. But if the range is up here, I'd like to at least move the ammo closer. So I guess I can move the ammo right here for now. It doesn't have to be a huge stockpile. And then I can move the one downstairs so that it's not blocking the stair. Well, it's not really blocking it. The doors can walk over it, but it's about cleaning everything up. That's what it's about. Well, hurry up and get that construct. You know, I just have to remove it. That's always what happens. It's like a bug. But we'll go ahead, do that, and then we want to get one ready to do to go here, like that. I hope that Rogueliker isn't experiencing FPS death already. Down in the bottom right hand corner is where your FPS is. I have 140 still. If he's already experiencing FPS death, we could be in trouble. I've briefly scanned in his videos, and I don't think he was experiencing much of it, but this looks like it's going to be the next area to get mined, maybe. So I could just leave that be. I don't want to close this area off until I get all my stone out of it. I'm trying to keep the dwarves busy, because dwarves just sitting around eating and drinking are worthless, unproductive dwarves. So even if they're just hauling stone, stone is something I'll eventually use. Even if it's just to craft items to sell, stone is something that I am going to use. Okay, the rock statues are being constructed now. Yeah, so I don't want to necessarily... Okay, these are just bedrooms, but they're not assigned yet. Okay. Alright, all of these are assigned, and all of these are to here. So let's go ahead and continue to assign bedrooms to dwarves who do not have them. Once again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, this is a slowly over time task. Dwarves have plenty of beds to sleep in. But over time, we'll get them all their own individual bedrooms so they don't have to feel like they're sharing bedrooms. And I go through and individually assign them because normally I'll remember if I need to move dwarves around, I kind of have a better idea of where they're actually rooming. You'd be surprised, I actually do sometimes remember where they are. But then on top of that, I assign them because sometimes I've noticed that, and it might have changed, but I just don't want to take the risk. But sometimes I've noticed that if I assign dwarves rooms, they'll get that room, but if I don't assign it, they sometimes won't go around and pick their own rooms. It's really weird, but it does happen. All right, some of these rooms still need chests, and I think I have a bunch upstairs, so let's take a look. It would be under containers. Like these rooms over here all need chests. That's the really nice chest. We don't want to use that one. But here is a couple chests that we do have. We don't have a whole lot, but we do have some. But we do need more. So that's something we can queue up. I'll go ahead and set an order for it. And job list. We want to go to manager. There are no active work orders. Let's queue one up. We want to construct a wooden chest. Oh, it's all the way at the bottom. Oh my goodness. Just go ahead and make 20 of them. And I don't really care who makes them. They don't have to be like super special. And then those one special chests we do have, we're going to hold on to. For like if we get a king or something. Winter is upon you. Luckily, we've got plenty of food and drink. So I am not concerned at all about that. There we go. Look at all of the stuff. There's so much stuff. So much stuff. Okay, I want to put... No. I want to put doors in some of these rooms that don't have them. That is sort of why I've gone around and built doors. Because even all the rooms don't need doors, but it's just nice to put doors on. Because you can lock certain doors if things happen. If you get a dwarf, maybe in a mood, you can lock him in a room, just let him starve to death if he can't find all the items he needs. It's kind of why I like doing the workshops the way I did them too. There's actually no entrance here or here, and there should be, so that's interesting. There should be an entrance here, and there should be one here. Oh god, there's so many items. A lot of this needs to get sold. Like, a lot of it. I got people moving doors though. So that's good. Why did the other dining room turn into a stockpile room? Oh boy. That's fine. I'm not too concerned. I guess we should start smoothing things out a little bit. Not a lot of areas, but some areas we need to start slowly over time smoothing out the fortress. So let's start with the training room. Over time, that's definitely something we're going to want to have. How's the statues going, by the way? We are getting them. I haven't seen anything about like a legendary statue or anything, but I don't think that's fully set up yet. Is the only way to get to our stockpile from up here? So people have to travel upstairs and back downstairs? I feel like there could be a better way to do that. Like, I feel like we could technically open this big stockpile room up to the workshop area right here, because this is where stuff's being manufactured, and then for them to have to go upstairs all the way over here, back downstairs, and all the way down this long hallway, it just feel like it makes sense to have them be able to have a direct path right like here or something. Like, I don't know if I want them going through the farm necessarily, but I guess I could open up the farm right here and they could just walk right through. Like, it's not really that big of a deal. But having the stairs here is still good, because this is going to be the quickest way for us to probably get resources up to the trade depot, which, by the way, I would like to build a nice little place for the trade depot to go. But that's all future things. I don't have the time right now for something like that. I'm looking right now to see. I don't know if I wanted to go through the farm. I kind of like the farm area being its own little isolated area. But that doesn't necessarily mean, let's see, I mean, that's cutting it like too close to water. I mean, that doesn't matter, I guess. I could just have a little hallway going like this. It really feels like the best way to do it. But then again, this would be like the most direct path for it to take. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, put some more doors up because we've got them. All right, here we go. Perfect. And this is already down here. So we will go ahead and set this last wall to be... Oh, wait, hold on. There's a guy down there. What is he moving? Oh, there's still ore down here. Was there anything else? Okay, so that's the last bit of stuff. Okay, go ahead and claim it real quick, or we'll at least dump it and then we can grab it later. But if I set everybody up to dump it, they'll get rid of it pretty quickly. Oh, it's already set up to dump. Okay, clearly not. Because nobody's coming to get it. They're all way too busy dumping all this stone that I accidentally told them to dump. Well, I could quickly... I could switch the priorities real quick. I probably should do that. Did that guy bring a rock home? Is that what that is? I don't even know. Might be a piece of clothing, just with the wrong spirit. Have any more chests? Have we made any? We've made plum wood chest. Okay, there we go. So that finishes off those rooms for chests. Statues I'll just let keep getting built. And then we can sell them if we need to. And I think that's going to be it for now. Barracks getting nice and smoothed out. It's looking pretty good. Where is the dump pile? It probably needs to move. This is it right here, isn't it? probably a better place for this. I'm going to go ahead and move the dump pile real quick. Oh, what's that there? Is that another dump pile? Is there multiple? Oh my goodness. All right. That stuff's got to move. First things first, go ahead and, yes, no, sorry. Okay, go ahead and reclaim these items. And go ahead and reclaim these items, and I guess this random item here. Oh, that's a dump pile too, isn't it? Oh, okay. And then I want another dump pile, but I want it downstairs. You know what? I want to dig an area to put it or something. Like off to the side here, like a little room just for dumping items in. Like it doesn't even have to be that fancy, really. Up here is probably like a good spot. I want to put it somewhere where it's like kind of noticeable where it is so I don't forget. Like that little branch right off there. So before I end anything, I'm going to make sure I get that dump pile moved. Oh, excuse me. Yes. This will be the dump pile. No, that's not what I want. I want zones. Okay, let's set a zone up as a garbage dump. Oh, did that not work? Okay, I must have missed it. Nope, there it is. Okay. And then let's get rid of any other. It doesn't look like there's other garbage dumps. It looks like I've only got a couple, but just in case there is more. Yeah, because right there's one. This isn't one out here, right? It is. There is multiple ones. Okay, is that all of them? I believe it is. Okay, everybody should begin dumping things in the other dump pile, and just to make sure that I'm good to go, I want to quickly reclaim these dump piles one last time. Okay, there we go. So now they should all begin moving. A lot of that stone that was piled up, and there was some ore in there and gems, they should move those to their respective stockpiles. You see here that they're already dumping stone into this pile here. And then the rest of it should get moved into this dump pile up here that I dug, which would just be a nice little area to keep it. And I'm going to go ahead and actually, as weird as it sounds, I'm just going to smooth this one particular area so it stands out. Eventually this whole area is going to be smooth, so it's not going to matter, but for now it'll help it stand out so I don't forget. But we are out of time, so that is the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.